6 World Cups, 22 matches, 8 goals, and 0 trophies. Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest goal scorer in the history of football. He has broken every record imaginable. B6 suit the one thing every football fan asks, the one question that follows him everywhere, and is this: why has the greatest player of his generation never won a World Cup? Today we're going to answer that, not just with opinions, but with facts, stats, and moments that prove this story is way more complicated than you think. Stay till the end, because the 2026 World Cup might change everything. Level 1, the Portugal problem. And it's not Ronaldo's fault. Portugal is not Brazil. Portugal is not France. Portugal is not Argentina. When Ronaldo burst onto the World Cup stage in 2006, Portugal had Figo, Deco, Pauleta, a decent squad. But decent is not enough to win a World Cup. Think about it. Ronaldo R9 had Rivaldo and Ronaldinho beside him. Zidane had Thierry Henry. Messi, when he finally won in 2022, had Di Maria, Alvarez, and one of the best squads Argentina had assembled in decades. Ronaldo? For most of his prime years, he was carrying Portugal almost alone. The system was built around him, yes, but when you're the only world-class player on the pitch, that's a burden, not an advantage. Level 2, the promising start, was actually his best in terms of results. He was just 21 years old, and Portugal reached the semi-finals, their best finish since 1966. He scored, he assisted, he won a penalty shootout against England, against his own Manchester United teammate Wayne Rooney, by the way. The world looked at this 21-year-old and said, "This guy's going to win a World Cup someday." Nobody knew that someday would never come, at least not yet. Level 3, 2010 and 2014, the wasted prime. This is where it gets painful. 2010 in South Africa. Ronaldo was 25, arguably entering his physical peak. Portugal made it to the quarterfinals but were knocked out by eventual champions Spain. One goal, one moment, gone. 2014 in Brazil? Even worse. Portugal were eliminated in the group stage. Ronaldo had just won the Champions League with Real Madrid. He was the best player on the planet, and yet Portugal went home early. Why? Because Pepe got sent off against Germany. Because the team conceded 4 goals in a single match. Because Ronaldo alone cannot win you a World Cup. His prime years, 2010 to 2016, produced nothing at the World Cup. Level 4. 2018, his greatest World Cup performance. Now this is where Ronaldo showed what he's truly capable of. Russia 2018 was Ronaldo's best individual World Cup by far. He scored 4 goals in just 4 matches. That's half of his entire World Cup career total in one tournament. The hat trick against Spain in the opening game? One of the greatest individual performances in World Cup history. 3 goals, including a 40-yard free kick in the 88th minute to make it 3-3. The whole world stood up, but then Portugal hit the round of 16. And Spain's revenge came. Portugal were knocked out, and Ronaldo's greatest World Cup ended without a trophy. Great player, average team. Same old story. Level 5. 2022. The heartbreak. Everyone saw. Qatar 2022 was supposed to be a goodbye, and it became the most painful chapter of Ronaldo's World Cup story. Before the tournament even started, he had a very public fallout with Manchester United. He arrived in Qatar under pressure, carrying more weight than any player should. He scored against Ghana in the group stage, making history as the first man ever to score in 5 different World Cups, a moment of pure greatness. But then things fell apart. The manager, Fernando Santos, made a shocking decision. He dropped Ronaldo from the starting lineup. Portugal beat Switzerland 6-1 without him. Then in the quarterfinal against Morocco, Ronaldo came on as a substitute. Morocco won. Portugal were out. And Ronaldo, the greatest Portuguese footballer who ever lived, walked off the pitch in tears. It was heartbreaking to watch. Level 6. What the stats actually say. Let's be fair and look at the numbers. 22 World Cup matches, 8 goals, 2 assists, win rate, 45.5% best finish, 4th place, 2006. Now compare that to his club career, over 900 goals, 5 Champions Leagues, 5 Ballon d'Ors. The gap between his club performances and World Cup results tells you everything. At club level, he had Benzema, Marcelo, world-class teammates building around him. At international level, he was the whole team. Level 7. The real reasons. So why has Ronaldo never won the World Cup? Here it is straight. Reason 1, Portugal was never good enough as a team. You can't win a World Cup alone, no player in history ever has. Reason 2, bad luck and timing. In his prime, he faced Spain in 2010. Germany dominated in 2014. An internal drama destroyed 2022. Reason 3, the knockout stage curse. Ronaldo consistently performed in group stages, but Portugal never had the squad to go the distance. Reason 4, no Messi-style support system. When Messi won in 2022, Argentina had built an entire team around him. Portugal never truly did that for Ronaldo. Level 8 2026. The last chance. But here's the thing. The story isn't over yet. In 2026, Ronaldo will step onto the World Cup stage for a 6th time. He'll be 41 years old. It will be his last chance, and he knows it. No player in history has ever appeared in 6 World Cups. Ronaldo is going to do it anyway. Maybe Portugal's young generation, Felix, Leão, Vitinha, gives him the team he never had. Maybe this time it's different. Or maybe the greatest footballer of his era will retire without the one trophy that always escaped him. Either way, Ronaldo's World Cup story is the most human story in football. A man chasing a dream for 20 years, refusing to give up. And that is why we can never stop watching.